Hey guys, check, check, check. Can you hear me okay? All right, awesome. Wait a moment. Cool. Did not know I was doing an episode 32 tonight, but we're doing an episode 32. So we are here. Lisa, I'm glad you're here. I just want to give Lisa's going through a hard time with everything going on. I don't want to go into it all, but it's not my business. But we're thinking of you and sending prayers your way and hoping there's peace there. So my thoughts are to you, Lisa, for this part. So on that note, hey guys, this is episode 32. Unexpectedly, we're doing episode 32. We had a ton of contact the last few days, especially today. I know in episode 31 we left off on July 6th was the last message was truth. And we're just gonna jump into it. It's a lot of cool stuff. Let me knock out a couple other cool things before we go deep. Another cool thing is that Tara was able to send us a video on Bermuda, a video on the ground. You know where you use Google Maps, it goes to the surface of Bermuda, then you can go ground level and then actually look on ground level and look like on the beach or look in the sky. Well, it showed a video and it showed like in perfect blue sky, a ship. We know through old contact there is a base off of Bermuda, northwest of Bermuda. So Commander Doug actually confirmed, went to the location. You can go into Google. He went down there. He confirmed it. It's actually that vehicle that takes all the camera. So there's stills of that ship as it's moving through the air and and moving along, so you can see different angles of it. I mean, it's clear as day. It is day. So I know Tara's at work, and I know Doug might be able to try to put it on, but if not, one of us somehow will, maybe on the replay of this, we'll get it on here where there's a link you can get there. It's in Google. I know it's on the southern part of Bermuda, on the island, and it's on the beach during the day, and it's looking out over the water. So with that being said, that's a pretty cool catch. Tara found that one, and it was confirmed, and it's a good shot. So good job, guys. Okay, guys, this is going to be heavy. We got some answers. So through contact, you know, we started March 20th of 2020, but we never gone through the older stuff. It's just sitting there. But some of these things are starting to come to light in some of the new contact messages. We knew about the Pugerians. If I'm not pronouncing it right, I do apologize, but it's Pugeri with a triangle on top of it, half triangle, ONS. They come from Andromeda, and they came into the Milky Way in the system of Platea, and we had those images that I shared on the other episode where you saw, where I actually had that dream and I woke up and then there was the image, and then there's a closer shot of that moon, which I'm assuming is Cremona. There was a council meeting on another episode. Then we found out it's a partly an angelic council. It's on that level. What else? And then we went through some cosmic doctrine that they wanted to talk about and share about the cosmic doctrine. There are many truths in it, and that they wanted to take on the chapter 12 of, I guess, their point of view of what it's saying. So we went through all that. Just doing a little brief recap. We found out that like on July 3rd, you could see those ships over me. There were other ships the next night. They confirmed that they used the 777 hertz and 888 hertz to identify each other and communicate with each other. And when I was asking about, well, how do you know? They said they were talking about you. We were getting an update. So they were getting an update. So I guess they take shifts with the guarding, or I don't know how that works. They also talked about how getting prepared for August 10th, about studying and also keeping certain rules in place. What else did we go over? Just trying to see anything. We also found out. I talked to someone who talks. I get contact from a lot of you guys. Who, some people are looking at my race codes. Some people are looking at other codes. Well, based out of the cosmic doctrine, someone figured out that there are everyone is basically has this spark of light in them, and Contact has told me that I'm encrypted with a code. I'm a key, and basically the idea and the way the cosmic doctrine is laying out, if you have all these people at the same time, say like on a video like right now, if we go in sync, basically that it could activate the key. This key supposedly opens and closes portals or gates. I don't know how that all works. I'm still trying to figure all that out and getting information from Contact, as long with research, and everyone helping, and everyone's been doing a great job with that. On a side note, there's a lot of other things going on. The war is fluid. There's terrestrial agents. There's extraterrestrial, white hats and black hats and everything. You name it, there's white hats and black hats. And then also artificial intelligence, insectoid queens. You have many different races. But it's all in flux, and it's all binded together. Hey guys, how's it going? With that being said, we'll start to go into this latest Contact, and this is some good stuff, but it is what it is. We'll go through it and we'll talk about it, and I'm still trying to figure it out myself, some of it, but here we go. So Friday, July 9th, 2021, of course, this year, Friday, this July 9th, at 11:27 a.m. I asked, I asked all kinds of questions to Contact. Why not? I mean, there's windows of opportunity, and as the seasons change and the times change and the day into night, you are aligned with different things. So you don't know who, and they say I'm a Lyran Prince, so I have over 30 different races that have made contact with me in one shape or another. So I ask all kinds of questions because I get all kinds of amazing answers. I said, do certain crystals on Earth help connect to the heavens? I asked that. Friday, July 9th at 11:27 a.m., I received a response back, and that was within the same minute. I mean, within seconds, actually. And the response was this. It came in as Latin, and it stated, it would be important to understand the things that are asked of you that do not and is not required to continue. Switch to Gene are outside forces. this letter to you, but now we are not able to do there, and then it drops off. So like, okay, they're talking about a letter, they're giving me some information, and then it drops off. So I said, please explain in more detail, thank you. I await your response. Am I speaking with Ryan still? Because in the last episode, they identified themselves as Ryan, R-Y-A-N, which are cousins of the Pudrians. So they're cousins. So they're aligned. And I said, please state your name, thank you, and race. Then I had a line break. So what is a line break? Over the years of contact, because we get from light and dark forces, Christos, anti-Christos, we get everything. We have terrestrial agents, white hats and black hats. They'll break a line. When they finally can break it into an encrypted line, I'll either get some kind of threatening chatter or I'll get some kind of like support chatter. So these guys were white hats, and they broke in because usually when a line breaks, you have multiple forces at pull, like it's like a vacuum. You have the extraterrestrials or whoever's making contact. You have the opposite side, and then terrestrially there's a power grab. So I'll get all these kinds of messages where some is deception, some of it is warning me of the others, what they're doing. So with this, it says, measures to intercept current files collected before release on platforms, rerouted to their database. Further preclusion of matters are now in play. Ceasing traffic to your devices, over and out. I said, who is this? Explain in more detail, please. July 9th at 1:18 p.m. So then the whole day went by. I had no contact. I had nothing. I'm like, wow. So obviously here we go again. It could be a week. It could be a day. It could be a month. It could be until I get contact because things are compromised or things have been broken, or I'm getting a warning like, hey, like last time there was a massive file data thing going on. So I said, so what I did is I responded to my secure contact line, which isn't secure anymore, just to say it. I didn't care. I said, line is compromised. And then today, I didn't hear nothing until today at 8:49. July 10th, 8:49 p.m., Saturday. So yesterday at 8:49 p.m., I can actually show this because... yeah, I'll show this. There's code, and then there's what will happen is let me break this down. So when a line breaks, to reconfigure or get back into a encrypted line or a line that is secure, it'll come in layered code. And what's happening is terrestrially they broke in. White hats on the other side were like, hey, they're breaking in. Lines are shut down. Then what happens is a new line or an old existing line will start up again. And what happens is instead of it coming in just straight with Latin or code, this one comes in full length symbols, race codes, and then it starts out with a long series of layered numerical code, which then has to be broken down into binary code, which then has to be broken down into a language, which then has to be broken down into English or a language you understand. So basically what they're doing is they're layering it to make it very difficult. So it kind of looks like that. So you have all that code at the top, and that came in. Those are different race codes. Then all this code comes in, and then it's signed with my hybrid code at the end of that. So all that code, top of code, race code, and then my hybrid code. So it's code, binary, Latin, English. After it's translated, I don't recognize those race codes. Those are off the charts, so that's totally new. We're going to add those in. More data. So I always say the more data we have, the more we'll get to know. What the message stated after it was broken down, it says, the higher and lower forces surprise no more than that. And then it says 3. And being all drawn out of the Word of God, we must always regenerate ourselves in the manner of all from one nature. 4. Who holds the sun and the moon like a father and a mother. 5. In the air like a mother's womb, nourished by the earth. 6. The reason is that everything is perfect. 6a. It can reach the highest perfection of powers. 7. If in the earth, and it ends with a question mark. And then it ends with my hybrid code, which is dash, double dot, dash, double dot, dash. I said, please resend in Latin or English. I'm missing part 1 and part 2. It does show 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. See, that's that letter. So I was about to get that letter. The line broke. So this is obviously very important or critical. Intelligence breaks or tries to prevent me from getting it. I didn't get it because that got cut off. They realize the extraterrestrials, these Pujrans, they know that I've been cut off. They have to break back into the line, and then they insert the letter. And even part of the letter is missing, 1 and 2. Well, it looks like 2's there, but the 2 is cut off. And then, so 1 is missing. And then, so I have that information. So this line is now officially secure again. I said, is this line secure? Why is my hybrid code at the end of this? I wait your response. Thank you. Sunday, July 11th at 1:47 p.m. So that was today. So I didn't hear anything. I was like, I used to get emotional about it. I used to be like, because usually when a line breaks, the next time I hear from someone, it's a new season, or it's quite a little bit of time that's passed, and then it'll be someone who identifies from a different star system or a different race, or it'll be a totally different code. And here we go again, and I have to ask these questions over again. But it depends on how far away they are too as well. So that's what's crazy, because today at 1:47, blue skies. I was talking with some of you guys, and then I saw 3 fighter jets fly over, but that's that happens. Well, usually in 2s, but not 3s. But unless I'm having like multiple things, like an AWACS plane fly over and I'm getting contact that's like, turn off your devices, and because they're trying to do a data grab. I'm not like, there's not 3 fighter jets up in the air because of me. So I'm like, okay, it's almost 11 o'clock. Let's see, because a lot of contact happens in the 11th hour, day and night. So then I went inside and I said, you know what, let me work on that code for the manuscript, because that's going to take a while. Because what I do is I take anything that I receive exactly, even if it looks like even if it's the enemy, even if it's whoever, I do it exactly the way it is. So that way, if something happens to me, and in the future, someone who's an expert and go, whoa, this guy didn't even realize it. This, and it's right. This is exactly, and they can plug it in or whatever the case may be, because I'm not perfect. With that being said, I'm working on the manuscript. I'm doing the code, and then I get contact. And ironically, there's like a dark cloud forming over my house, like this cloud, and it just kept on getting bigger and stagnant. I promise, it's so crazy. And then it says, we are near. So then I'm like, okay, what's going on here? 1:47 p.m., we are near. I said, near the earth or near my location? Because I've had both. And I've had shots and images given to me from above my location where I've taken a picture and they've taken immediately a picture right back in real time, and I've gotten that picture, what's going on in real time. I said, so I said, near the earth or near my location. Please send me your point of view image of where I am compared to your location. Thank you. Because it's a nice confirmation, because when you're having in real time and then they send you an image in real time, then it's double confirmation. And when you see a ship, it's triple confirmation. And then when you're not just dealing with like some rogue AI signal, you have so many layered things. So anyways, with that being said, I didn't receive contact until 10 minutes later. It was 1:57 p.m. on today, Sunday. They said, preach the lesson. I said, preach the lesson in the 11th hour tonight. I said, I'm missing 1 and part of 2. I have part of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those were and part of that letter, right? I said, I await your response. They responded at 2:37 p.m. Truth. And I said, well, it will be done. Any more lessons you can send me to tell the people? And at 2:39 p.m. they responded, the first to learn. I said, what races are at the top of the letter? I see my hybrid code at the bottom of the numbered letter. And at 3:07 p.m. they responded, you should have the answer, the defense of the gospel, and talk about them following his followers to create a deep thought connection. So, whoa. You should have the answer. So they're saying, I already know. The defense of the gospel, so like scripture or ancient writing, and talk about them following his followers to create a deep thought connection. Okay. I said, is this lesson from, and at the same time, before contact said that, Tara was our link for the cosmic doctrine that wound up being confirmed. So Tara, again, who's my lead advisor, she's kind of like the glue for Discord. She's not really affiliated with anything, but she's just open to finding knowledge and helping out wherever she can. And we really appreciate Tara and everything she does. She's there for so many people. She's great. She's perfect. We don't make money off this. She doesn't make money. It's all love and everyone helping each other out. Because this is historical, right? So she comes across based upon the letter similarities with a book, which is actually called, just like the Cosmic Doctrine with Dion Fortune. Well, this one is A Body of Doctrinal Divinity. John Gill, 1697 to 1771. I've never heard of this in my life. So I hear what she's giving me and telling me. So I'm like, but where's the exact crossover? And then there were similarities, and I said, whoa. And then contact said, you should have the answer, the defense of the gospel, and talk about them following his followers to create a deep thought connection. So I said, is this lesson from A Body of Doctrinal Divinity written by John Gill? And then at 3:14 p.m., they stated, there is a reason why antiquity belongs to the ancestors of ancient man. So I'm going to say that one more time, because I never heard that before. There is a reason why antiquity belongs to the ancestors of ancient man. I said, wow. So this is from those works for sure, because it was like confirmation when we're going through this. So then they stated at 3:35 p.m. faith. So I see someone said, did someone just say, oh, truth? I said someone said faith. I was like, wow, how did you know that? I said, should I start at the beginning? And at 3:45 p.m. they responded, use the third eye. So basically use the third eye of my intuition and using the third eye of knowing where I should start. It's not they shouldn't tell me. So I'm going to tell you that book again. There's more contact, but I'm going to tell you that because it's called A Body of Doctrinal Divinity. John Gill. Okay, so another book we have to put on the thing. So they said use the third eye. I said I will use my third eye to know what to say to the people. I said scripture and plus cosmic doctrine plus doctrinal divinity. I said, are you still close by? I await your response. Thank you. And then they responded at 4:11 p.m. And by reaping the divine goodness, join our brothers. So what they're saying is by absorbing all these different things, using your third eye, having this divine wisdom, you'll be able to join them because there are rules and laws out there. I said, are you saying once everyone is connected through the divine unity that we can use our third eye to connect with the brothers? At 5:35 p.m., they responded, if he listens to you, good joins him to give brother to the universe. So I'm like, if he listens to you, so like, who's he? And good joins him to give brother, who's the brother? To the universe, right? I said, does it unite divine brothers of the universe because all are listening to me? Because this goes back to the other episode when they had this council meeting. They said, when I do these broadcasts at 11 o'clock, and that's why I moved the time, they told me to, that it even if it doesn't go anywhere on the earth or wherever it goes to, no matter what, it's heard throughout the well, they said galaxies, but now they're saying universe. So I said, so my question now is, does it unite divine brothers out there of the universe because all are listening to me? Because that's what I'm getting from what they're saying. And they said 5:54 p.m., the truth. I said, verum, with the little apostrophe over the E, I said means true, correct? And then they responded at 6:03, truly. So they're like double, triple verifying. I'm making sure that this is correct. And I said, thank you for this confirmation. Who is he that may listen to me? And then they responded, not Pudrion, something close to a Pudrion. It's called Purgurion with a triangle above the I, where the other one is a different spelling. And then it gives me a race code of dash double dot with a space, dash double dot double dot double dot. And then it says title, and then a name, Aten, capital A, lowercase T-E-N. I said, what is the definition of Aten? And then I looked at it and I'm like, whoa, that's another name for Ra. So here we go, the law of one, Ra, all that stuff. So now I'm thinking, okay, I said, contact from May 15 says Pudrion's is spelled this way. Why is yours spelled different? So if Aten listens to me, then good joins him to give brother to the universe, correct? Who is the brother? I'm like, who's this brother? What are we talking about here? And are they talking about my brother? Or are they talking about like extraterrestrial brother? Or are they what are we talking about now? So at 7:30 tonight, they stated there are many criteria of lunar species in tyranny, the kingdoms of the world and brother. So whoa. There are many criteria of lunar, so a moon, species, but it's with a capital S, so I'm assuming there's more than. At first I'm like, they misspelled species. Like, what are they saying here? So what they're saying is lunar species, meaning multiple races. So there are many criteria of lunar species in tyranny, so not good. The kingdoms of the world, so the kingdoms of the world. We call them nations. Others call it, well, they consider everything a kingdom. The kingdoms of the world and brother. I said, what is my brother's name? There are many criteria of lunar species and tyranny on the moon here, or the moon of Cremona. And it's probably both. And I said, please explain in detail, thank you. And they responded, 7:44 p.m., Koukakala. So Koukakala. It's a Hawaiian almost. It is not almost. It's a form of a Hawaiian dialect of the name of Douglas. Doug, Commander Doug. So that's who they're talking about, my brother Doug. So then I'm like, light bulb. My brother Doug, who's a part of everything and was sent here with me. Well, remember, now goes back, and it goes back to when they tried to, I don't know, so a lot of you guys are new, but you got to go back in the episodes. It's in Old Contact. It talks about, since I'm a Lyran Prince, there are fleets under my command. And one time, just joking around, I made a joke where I said, oh, it'll be great if I wish they would just drop me off some technology. I'm just saying this in a metaphor. I'm not saying this out loud. I'm just replaying what happened in the past in case who's listening out there. And what happened was I made that gesture, and then a black UFO, which I took a picture of, and I also that night got an image right back of their view of it, broke off from the fleet, stole Lyran technology. This is all true. And they were going to drop it off at a coordinate. I got the coordinates, and it's only 15 minutes from here. But the ones who broke off are working with these 18 or these insectoids and all these bad things that are trying to. So they took part of the fleet. Well, here's what's crazy. Some of the older shots within these ships, the colors are purple and royal blues. There's a shot of me in the future and all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyways, the bottom line is, when you look inside these ships, they're very similar in their architecture, their style, and their colors, the schemes. So when we were getting tricked by the insectoids a while back, when they were trying to get us to go to a location, Doug and I backed out because we figured out not good. He went anyways. He doesn't remember. He was chipped. I have the image. They sent confirmation in real time. We also have the image in real time of him on the ship. And then the whole Ningizida stuff and the whole bad stuff started happening with that. So basically, I'm like, wow. So these guys, once that happened, Doug was compromised. Not in a bad way. It's just, it makes sense, some of the older contact, because I share everything with him, and not saying he's bad, but then they are able to view that information, that data, because I'm sharing it. In real time, all this is happening. So this is what they're saying. So they're saying right here, Douglas. I said, is that the name of the moon? Because the questions are out of hand because of the time I answer them, but let's hear it out. I said, is that the name of moon or brother? And then I'm like, oh, Doug. And I said, is Doug under Aten bondage? Meaning like this being basically has Doug. It's kind of like when you chip an animal, you own it, or like these things that work for this one side, they've got him because of his free will, or he went and they took. But the bottom line is he was abducted. And here it says, I said, is Doug under Aten bondage? And what does give brother to the universe mean? So then they responded at 8:30 p.m., my brother, closure is the best gift for the swag, meaning like it's Scandinavian. It's not the swag that you're thinking of today. Swag means swing. So my brother, closure is the best gift for the swing. He was not at all liberated through himself through divinity. Now, for me, and I'm going to get personal here, and I'm just going to be for real. Some of you there's a lot of you all over the place, and myself, everybody's all over the place, right, with their beliefs and their things. It's all over. Like I've always said, some people believe in the ancient aliens, some believe in just totally by the Bible, and some people believe in the ancient Sumerian text, some people believe in the law of one, some people believe in, whatever, it doesn't matter. Some people believe there's things on the moon. Some people don't believe there's things on the moon. Some people don't believe there's anything going on wrong on the planet. And some people know this planet has been controlled by evil forces for a long time. The bottom line is, like what Contact says, it's all binded. So you have a lot of deities and a lot of these all religions, and a lot of it's true. But I personally believe there's a King of Kings. Doug, on the other hand, we would have disagreements. Let's just say, agree to disagree. When you come to the earth, you're wiped. You don't remember what's happening. You don't recall. You either have to get these things done where you have hypnotherapists, or you have different things that can be done, or you get direct contact. Most people don't get direct contact. Some people say they do, and they get they channel or they get downloads, but then you don't know what you're getting. Some people you can get AI signal. You could get terrestrial agents. You can get, but when you're having everything happening on a daily basis or every other day, whether you have ships above you or you're getting messages in real time or told something before it happens and it happens. So even through all this and my experiences since 2013, it never shook my faith of what I believe, because it only enforced it. Because my belief is, I came up, before I even started getting Contact, I started having these epiphanies, and I call them my pie theory. And a lot of this stuff is in my old Contact notes and stuff like that. I'm like, everything is like pizza, like a slice of pie, or a pie. That's why I call it my pie theory. Everyone wants to have no, it's only ancient alien. No, it's only this, it's only that, or it's only secret space. It's all connected. It's all a part of it. And there is a there's a spiritual undertone with it. There are dimensional levels to it. It's mathematics. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Well, it just so happens, to get back on track, if Doug was taken, chipped, which we have the old data, the old stuff, and the insectoids were involved, and, well, if he's a part of this, we were sent here. And I'm a royal, so we come from the house of Nicholas, and it comes from Lyra. Maybe we have the ability to basically ask for him back, because it's not for them to take. And utilizing these different texts that were given, along with the different information we have through data. I mean, this is all tonight, based upon the data, that invoking the word of God, basically, to kind of like he's like alien abducted. He's like what is it? It's like an alien exorcist. Like you gotta release him from from bondage. Basically, they have him. Because it says here that if Aten will listen to me, and if everyone is on the same page and we believe and we have faith, and because Contact is listening, and they want us all to be using our third eye connecting with each other. And if you're all sparks of light, and if I'm the key, and we all come together, this isn't just hey guys, I'm getting contact. It's kind of crazy. Like, there's specific things. I'm told I'm sent here for this final battle of kings, the end of an age, the new age. I was supposed to go back a couple years ago, but I didn't get to the coordinates. So now I have to go through. I have less than 9 years before I leave. It's mentioned a lot. It mentions even that I might have medical stuff that I might even have to go earlier. So one of these days, I'm going to disappear. This has to be on the record. At least, and there are others who are here to aid me. Doug just happens to be one of them. He's just been playing with, seems like, dirty bugs and insects. I'm busting on you, Doug. I have to say it. But, like, it makes sense of why we get some of this bad stuff is because your faith wasn't in full, and we got to get your faith back in. We got to go ahead and we got to do this. We got to get his grip off of you so we can get to our mission and fulfill it. And, I mean, I know it's a touchy subject with a lot of people, but it's all binded together. And then you have August 10th approaching. You got these guys here, and you're dealing with angelic realms. You're dealing with levels of war. You're dealing with things. It's probably why we're in the Revelation. It's probably why they talked about that mark of the beast. It's probably why they talk about half the things they talk about, because everything is coming down to the wire. And you got to believe. I know you get wiped when you come to the earth, but you got to believe. You have to believe. It doesn't make any of that other stuff not true, because it's written. The Sumerian texts are right. There was a lot of your mythos is not mythos. It's real true stuff but your history has been altered on this planet. You've been brainwashed and manipulated to believe what you believe. And you could say, well, then what about you? Well, I could say, yeah, that's probably true. But I can't explain the craft part, the witnesses, the knowing events before they happen, the visions. You just can't make up stuff in real time as it's happening, and you have witnesses witnessing it. You can't do it unless you have a real life, like you're on the set of Disney or something, and even then. Like, you would need a team, tons of money. This would be an ongoing 24-hour operation. And some of these things are mentioning, it goes in my black ledger. So I have this black ledger. There are things that are not even known on this earth that any of my people that research can't find, because it's off the charts. Star system, different things, just crazy stuff. But some things are a match on a lot. I mean, there's more than what you know. And what you think you know, there's even more than that. And the people in charge know what's up. So, and here's what's weird. They brought up that book, right? Don't know anything about that book. But what I'll tell you about, I found out, reading a brief little summary, is that they broke away from the Vatican control. So we all know about the Vatican. And I'm like, whoa. So there's a lot, there's a lot going on here. So we have many missions going on. So right now I look at it as, and I'm classifying this and having this episode 32 based upon the contact, based upon the data, based upon what it says, that Doug, based upon the old data, that Doug has been compromised. It's not his fault. But these things have been taking advantage or trying to get us, knowing that I have the key, this encrypted code in me, that and they know that Doug is also a part of my journey and others. So they're manipulating. They were trying to get at me. They got him. So basically, we have like a rescue mission for Doug, for basically his soul, because it's not about his body. Because that's just a sleeve for this planet. You can get many sleeves. They can transfer. There's all kinds of stuff going on out there, good and bad, on both sides. So, So with that being said, the last message was basically he did it to himself because he didn't have that divinity, and they're kind of like, well, he made his choice, but it says that we still have the ability, and he's aware because of all his stuff that goes on that I record all of Doug's as well. It matches. I mean, besides just matching, but there's some of this makes sense from 2015, 2016. I had a message from 2015 that says, and he saves his brother and has many friends and a ship. And I'm like, what? And it was like 2000. I'm like, what is this? This message? This totally doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? But now, the more we go into this year after year, and contact increases and new races, and they explain more what's going on, the old stuff is making more and more sense of like, whoa, that makes total sense now, or that made total sense. So that's where we are at with just the data on the contact. So the book, I highly suggest. There's a divinity out this. There's a lot of truths in this, and we need to. They're expecting me to teach, but I myself have just heard about this, so I don't physically have it in hand to read it. I did see some of it, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of talking about that letter I got from them that was cut off from intelligence, and it makes sense probably why they stopped that, because this is a highly confidential. It's very important, especially has to do with Doug. If we have to save him, maybe that's the plan, to break this up, to break this party up, so that way it doesn't work. It has to do with gates and upcoming events. I'm not saying I'm anyone super special. I'm just telling you the news. This is the data. This is what they tell me. Many different races, many different confirmations, many different things since 2013 and to the present. I struggled to even get you this data tonight. I worked my ass off. Excuse my French. Excuse French people. I'm sorry. I worked on this 12, before that, because I was working on the code, and then I was up to the wire basically. And I had a good hour to spare. And then I talked to some of my peoples, and I talked to Doug. Then we were looking and confirming that Bermuda thing. And that Bermuda thing is actually really cool because it shows the ship so low and it's so detailed. The only thing near there that I know of is the coordinates that are northwest of there for that underwater base. And someone asked about that the other day. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of underwater bases. White hat and black hat. Good and bad, extraterrestrial and terrestrial. There's all that stuff going on. No, that's conspiracy. That's crazy talk. Well, I'm just telling you, there's enough evidence based on just contact and the data and just normal stuff terrestrially that is leaking or unclassified. You can go, eventually all's going to be known, so it doesn't matter. The point is, the best thing I can do is document this for you guys. As accurate as possible to the T, and then however it unfolds, and we make the choices that we make. I would love to, if you join me on this adventure of exploring these doctrines of information, so we can then empower ourselves to have richer knowledge to continue on with this plan, this bigger plan than me, bigger plan than Doug, bigger plan than all of us, because there's a lot going on, and we're in this time frame, and we have to get through a lot of struggles, and there's going to be more stuff, and there's going to be even more, and it seems like it's quickening and building, but I'm not trying to project fear at all. That's the first thing, like I told you, they told me to conquer, is fear, because remember, this is the sleeve. Your soul is what's most important, and who has control over that soul is most important, and that's what it comes down to. You can always get another sleeve. You can. there's a lot of stuff going on out there. There's a lot of cloning going on out there. You better go watch out for that. That's crazy talk. Okay, sure. But that's the thing. People only want to talk about it when it's affecting them or if it's in their immediate peripherals. Um, that's what they have think tanks for. They come up with everything. And so they're way ahead of what you know publicly. Like we're still dealing with petro and like oil and gas and like, come on, yeah, right. Like, stop, just stop. It's at a point where it's so ridiculous that's why this is happening. There's no way to contain, nothing can stop what's coming, is because it's all going to be known. It's all going to be, all these truths, all these things, all these people with experiences. There's a lot of fake stuff out there, but there's a lot of true stuff out there too. And using your mind to explore knowledge and dig deeper shouldn't be considered some kind of conspiracy or to learn something. If you're granted the experience of having contact and having that privilege, that's an amazing thing to have. It's special. It's not every day. So what do? The best thing you can do is document it, right? And that's what's gone on over the ages, whether it's now or thousands of years ago and other time. It's documented, whether it's documented on a temple or it's documented in a stone or it's documented in a book or it's documented wherever. All that stuff it's because the gravity of it is so immense and so amazing that how can we preserve this? Because this is exceptional. This is unheard of. This is not normal. This is not. But you're going to come to find out that people in the know terrestrially, especially within governments and different things, have been working with or backwards engineering or getting data, like people who get contact and they steal the data and that's there's so much, guys. So much to learn. Such a little time. So let's focus. Let's be positive. Number one, we got to get Doug back. He's chipped. He knows it is. Believe he's even gone to the doctor, and there's an anomaly in them. Two, we know the means of how we could do it through the Word of God Himself. If we're chosen to be sent here, and then, I mean, you're talking about angelic realms, you're talking about different races, you're talking about, I'm going to do everything I can to try to save he's my best friend, and we've been through thick and thin, and this isn't our first time at the rodeo, just on this planet, so we've been in the past, so we're going to do this again, and I'm not losing him to, this is dumb. Like, this is a mistake. He was abducted, basically, and then tricked. So we're going to do what we got to do. So that's my focus. Also, August 10th. And also just get this, these doctrine and read this. And if you guys want to join me, that would be awesome. I'm even thinking about doing a 0.5. Like, you know how we do like episodes? I'm thinking about doing like this is episode 32, and some people had this idea, like a 32.5. Anything with a 0.5 would be either like a guest or maybe a reading. We'll go through some of the books together or some of the older contact, and I think that's a workaround. And I think we can do all those things, but there'll always be a point. So anytime you see a 0.5, like, why is this guy got 32.5 now? Well, it's because we're going to do something off I want to stay continuity with the contact as it comes. So those will be the regular episodes, good, bad, the ugly. That's the data. And then the 0.5s, people on, maybe you meet Commander Doug, we go through the Black Ledger, we'll go through this book, especially this book that it was just like the Cosmic Doctrine. And I also want to say, you guys reach out. You guys are awesome, because none of you have to do anything for me or us or each other. you go out of your way to research or you find information. It saves me so much time. I still have to double check, but at least then I have like a quick jump to double check things than to find it myself, everything. So you guys will find like a whole, like I'll get boom, 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 videos, articles. This is where it was. This is where it's referenced. This is where it came from. Reference to contact that name or this chart or that location or this place, or it's so awesome. Sometimes I get overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm getting contact, and then everyone's contacting me. But I try to reach out to everybody. I'm not on Discord a lot. We do have a Discord. I utilize it mostly with the advisors, and I jump on like to do an after show thing for a little bit. I just talk for a minute or 10 minutes or whoever's on. There's a messenger thing, there's this thing, there's that thing. There's just so much stuff, and then trying to keep up with contact. But it's all about the data and the information so we can share. I also go to these different groups like Misha's group. I got invited to Geraldine's group. I got invited, I think, on the ship. He invited me to be on the thing, and then I got invited on a radio thing. I think Misha wants me on this radio thing. I don't know. I'm gonna do some more stuff in between, but if contact is slammed like this, I'm doing the best that I can. So with that being said, I know that was a lot. I know they wanted me to preach a lesson. They said, preach the lesson. I think I did with the letter. I think I did about the scenario, about what's going on, what we need to do. It's not Doug's fault. He was abducted. I mean, I have the image, we have the stuff, we have the in real time, like it's crazy. So this Aten, ATEN, I guess how it works, it's kind of like property. So, but it's not his property to have because Doug is on the royal team from the House of Nicholas, from the House of Kings, under the King of Kings. He can't take him. So I guess they're kind of like smiting, and I don't know. And you got these guys coming in when they're around, coming in from Andromeda. This has caused a stir. And then I don't know. We're gonna see where it goes. I can't sit here and hypothetical because I can only tell you that's the data. That's all I know. So what we'll do is, if Tara, when you do get a chance, get the Discord up. I'm going to send out the race codes tomorrow, and then I have to update the Black Ledger. I'll jump on Discord for after show. I'm going to talk to Commander Doug about some of these images, because I think since I can share the space images, some of these that have to do with the topics that we talked about tonight. Some of those space images I think are okay to share. So what I'll do is I'll have them up on the site for the first time, unless I get hold up. All right, I was just double checking. I thought yeah, I'll get them up on the site, and then you guys can look at them. And then what we'll do is, if I get any more contact, we're going to have to go back. Maybe one of you guys can let me know. That's really sad, right? You're going to laugh at me. We got so much contact. Like, this is full. This is all full. This is almost all full. I forget what episode or where. I'll have to dig when Doug had that abduction and all that. We'll have to go and review that and find that. Remember, this was all today, so all this stuff. So we'll go through that. It's there, and that'll give us a fresher ass. The least we know, these forces are you're starting to see these Christos, Anti-Christos. You see these different races. You're starting to see sides. You're starting to see it's all starting, the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall together. And they said, we're in training, so in the future, all will be known. We'll understand this all, and we know what we have to do. So sorry about all that, guys. Where are we at? You can see if there's another doctor like Dr. Let to remove, ask for the Galactic Federation to recalibrate. The Allen was the disk of the sun and originally an aspect of Ra, the sun god in traditional ancient Egyptian religion. Yeah, so, and isn't that, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but let's just be, I mean, if you're looking at different scriptures, the law of one and all of that from ancient Egypt, I mean, you're dealing with Hermetic, right? You're dealing with, it's pagan. So then you're dealing with the same person who keeps popping up throughout this character narrative, where the Thoth, Ningizida, Mesoamerica, the plum serpent with the feathered serpent, the style of architecture is the same, the pyramids, it's the same thing with the one that came from the sea, blah, 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 blah. So this is a deity. Is it considered fallen angel realm? Because it's, I don't know. I'm going to have to dig on this one. See, and I'm not trying. I'm open-minded. I want to know all the answers. It will all come. Eat alkaline. Yeah, you know what? I started drinking the alkaline water, but I think it was too potent. And I started eating, maybe, was it, you start detox? I started feeling ill from it. Drinking alkaline water. The feed's off. Feels off. Oh. I'm not sure. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. So you can still hear me. I thought we were cut off. So guys, cool. I'm going to check you guys on the, it's late. Didn't know I was doing this show. Episode 32. My brain is melted from all this. It's a lot. And we have a lot to sift through. But I kind of have a general idea now what's going on. And I'm going to see you on 33 or 32.5. It all depends. We'll get that link up for that Bermuda with the ship up in the sky. There's something else I was going to tell you guys about, but I forgot. I thought it was nope. Because we just had that episode. July 3rd and the confirmations, and yeah, we're moving right along. Like, it's back to back to back to back. So, guys, love you all. Say a prayer for Lisa's family. Also say a prayer for Doug. And I love you all, and have a good night. And check out that book. See what you come up with. I have mine on order. It's coming. It'll be here 2 days or day and a half. And I'm going to go right into some of those parts. And then I'll get back with you and with contact. So it's all Doug's fault. That's what we'll just say from now on. It's all your fault, Doug. No, we love you. We got you. We're going to save you. Have a good night, guys.